like with everything with creativity, you look at where it's been done in the past. And you think of, you know, for this I thought of there was a figure by Antoine Bourdelle of a standing female figure. It's actually down in the gallery in Canberra, a big, large figure out in the back there in the Sculpture Garden. So there's established work that you think of. I was always told, Tom Bass, who taught me, said, don't give the client what they want, give them what they need. And that's a different thing. So you've got to walk in there very gently and listen to what it is that they need. And what they do generally is present you with a problem. In this case, it was an old woman from 100 years ago wearing a costume that no one could possibly relate to now, that has got to reflect something of leadership and inspiration to a bunch of 21st century kids. Yeah, it's like, no way, that's not going to work. The client says to me, I want a figure that the arm's up here and she's looking down here and she's wearing this. It's like, we don't need that information. What's the mood? What do you want to feel from this? And once we can find that mood, that's great. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's, so it's just gently listening to what the mood of the room is. And at the beginning of this, we sat in a room and we just gave anecdotal stories about Mother Ignatius. And after about half an hour, we sort of just had a feeling and a bit of a mood from that. They said they wanted a figure that was moving forward and dynamic. Someone moving, not someone, yeah, someone who was leading people forward. And I think too, I got from that, leading forward through change. Yeah, so we wanted a figure with a gesture that was on the front foot, that was moving forward with the back foot is just lightly off the ground, just leaving the ground, just touching, you know, about to take the next step. So in both cases it's moving forward. I've moved with the figure, I've moved every shape a different way. Yeah, it was mentioned, can we show her boots? We want her moving, you know, it's someone with their feet on the ground, you know, there's something about her. You know, it's not just a moving piece of drapery here. We wanted something where she is moving forward and she's making a mark. And the boots, we wanted to show her shoes, where she's going there. And the rose, two things. The rose initially was a symbol. The symbol of the rose was important for her. It was a symbol of Liverpool, where she was from, her home. And I think that's an important thing, because this woman left her home. And in those days, when you left England, you really left home. It was like going on a trip to Mars. You know, you're not coming back. And she missed her home, poor thing. You know, and that's her journey. That's part of her journey, isn't it? And they then named a rose after her, which is lovely, yeah, as we know, which is surrounding her. Yeah. So that was the symbol of the rose. Yeah, it was just one of the ideas that came up on that first conversation, and I didn't think it was going to come. And just when I finished it, there was a space there, and I thought, the rose can go there. So yeah, I don't know, God left a little bit of space for me. Yeah. With this sculpture, I made the head tilt forward, turn to the left, and tilt it, right? 1, 2, 3. I made the chest. The largest single shape in the body is the chest. Torso goes to the right. I've got everything moving, and everything's slightly moving a different way. So the head might be looking at 2 o'clock, the chest is looking at 5 o'clock, and the hips are looking at 7 o'clock. Do you know what I mean? So everything in that sculpture has been carefully considered and moving. Knees, and actually making my way up from the head down to the knees and to the feet. Getting the knees right was really difficult, because that was the point where the you know where your feet are going to be, you know where your head and the shoulders are going to be, but you're getting that connection through was very difficult, and that's again, that's where the point of contention is in the sculpture that is pleasing to look at her, but that's what's going on. But I wanted to do that because that explains who she was. She is someone who really did struggle with these. That's why the abstract qualities are a real embodiment of her spirit, because that's what she did. She worked hard and tirelessly trying to reconcile these critical problems of setting up what was originally a refuge for women at a time where women didn't have anything. The drawing process for this project was very extensive and very unforgiving. Amanda Betts, a novelist who I had the pleasure of listening to at a conference recently, used the analogy of, mentioned the analogy of Virginia Woolf, who said writing, she was talking about the vulnerability of creativity, the vulnerability of creativity. This is drawing, this is all about drawing, and she said, it's like walking out into a field in the mist and holding up a lamp. All you can see is what's immediately in front of you. And that's what we got here. That's why this is such a good idea, this lamp. I understand it. That's what the drawing was like. It was like, I didn't know, I didn't have the feeling. It was like just this white page and everything looked wrong. It looked, the drawings were very difficult, and I just started trying to make a gesture. Tom Bass taught me that, just make a gesture, just do a scribble, pretend you can draw it. Imagine it's on the page, but I couldn't dig it out of the page. I couldn't imagine it. And I drew and drew and drew, and slowly, eventually, little snippets started to flash through, but it took, well, you'll see images around here. There's lots of sketchbooks. I probably filled 4 sketchbooks. The face in particular, getting that portrait of the face was really hard. That was awfully hard. I just couldn't do it. And I spent so long, and I'd show the pictures to my wife and she'd say, that is a really bad portrait. One thing is, I want people to look up to this sculpture, the girls at the school, and see a leader. You mentioned the word before, becoming. It's a very good term. And it's about becoming more than you already are. That's what education's about, isn't it? Becoming something greater than themselves. Doing this job, it's for a community of people. And working with the Monty community it's been a real honour and a thrill to have the opportunity to sing a little verse in this song, you know, and have this beautiful, it just resonates, and everybody, you know, it's really lovely. So I've really appreciated it so much. Thanks so much.